Okay, so I want to bring to you guys today the new diet that I'm following. It's honestly worked wonders for me already. I've been on it for about 2 weeks. I feel so much better. I can already see the difference in my physique. I'm slowly shedding off like the weird body fat, the weird storages of toxins in my body. My gyno's going away. Hopefully my hair will start coming back. Like I've really found a way to push the toxins out of my body, and it's all through diet, and it's so much easier than you would think, and it has so many health benefits, and I don't think enough people are talking about it, so let me go into detail today. And I basically want to explain it as the diet I am following right now is a low toxin diet. Like, you need to understand that every single food that you put into your body is producing some sort of waste, because let's just face it, like, your stomach can't digest every single nutrient from every single piece of food. Like, every single grain of rice in your stomach is not getting absorbed properly, it's not getting used. Like, some of that is getting stored in weird ways in fatty tissues, and whatever is in this food, like whatever, chemicals or micronutrients, or maybe pesticides, or maybe hormones, or maybe microplastics, like, this is all staying in your body. And at the same time, you have your kidney, your liver, like, all of these things are actively pushing these things out of your body. They're actively recycling cells. They're actively getting rid of waste in your body. And you need to understand that you need to put food in your body that is producing less waste into your bloodstream, into your fatty cells, into your body, than is getting expelled by your organs. And when we start overworking our organs, they start to function less and less. They get overworked, they get overwhelmed, they start to deteriorate. But at the same time, it also comes up with other issues. It also causes other things like gyno, or excess body fat, or losing your hair when you're young. And it's like, we need to understand that, like, a lot of chronic issues come from the way we eat, and if we just simply change the way we eat to be a little bit different, we wouldn't have to deal with all of these nagging issues. Like, I want you to understand, like, a lot of the things we deal with on a daily basis, like obesity and all of these other things, like, it's literally becoming an epidemic in this country. And we won't swallow the hard pill, which is like, yeah, it comes from our diet. It comes from the way we eat. Like, maybe we need to make a change. Maybe we need to think in a fundamentally different way. And it's all about the toxicity of the food that we're eating. That is the most important thing. Like, obviously, calories in, calories out is important. Like, if you're eating 8,000 calories a day, you're going to gain weight. If you're somewhere around your maintenance calories, or just a little bit below, or just a little bit above, like, this is when we need to start getting more into the granular issues, like, how toxic is this food I'm consuming? And the general rule is, if it's processed, if it's heated up, if it's pasteurized, if it's, there's these chemical agents that are bound to it, and it's, whey powder, like, any sort of food processing is going to make it hard for your body to digest, and it's going to make it more toxic. That is the first general rule. Another easy rule is, like, meats, or certain meats aren't bad, but like dairy, eggs, those are things that you really shouldn't put in your body, because one, dairy has a high level of casein protein, 300 times the amount of casein protein of human breast milk. And how are we supposed to digest 300 times of that if one, our enzymes to digest human milk go away at 3? And, like, why are we consciously putting this in our body every single day? Because the second it hits our stomach, it basically just gets stored as mucus, because we can't digest it. And it's so frustrating. But I don't want to be the one to bring this to you, because I love cheese, I love milk. Like, this isn't something that I want to actively get out of my life, but if it comes at the expense of my health, if it comes at the expense of my physique, if it comes at the expense of my hair, like, I'm willing to make that sacrifice. I would rather have my taste buds not be as satisfied and live a overall better life. And the other thing I want you to just really understand is, like, just up your fruits and vegetables. It's so easy. Like, the diet I'm following right now is fruit till noon. So basically, until 12, I only eat fruit. So I can eat as much fruit as I want. It's really hard to eat a tremendous amount of calories in fruit. It's high in sugar. It's high in vitamins. It gives you instant energy. It's so easy to digest, and it doesn't give you the brain fog that you would have when you eat like a normal meal. And it's so refreshing. And at the same time, fruits and vegetables, they're high in water content, and at the same time, they have the enzymes that can break down the food waste. So it actually goes about assisting your organs in pushing out these toxins. So that is a really important thing I want you to start applying more and more into your life. And I don't want to get into the debate of, like, yeah, certain vegetables have certain properties that aren't necessarily great for you. Certain fruits have certain things that aren't necessarily great for you. Like, I don't want to get into this debate because we could be here all day nitpicking things. Like, I just want you to know, like, if you just up your fruits and vegetables intake, that's going to go a long way. And at the same time, I want you to start looking at the way that you're eating foods. Like, we oftentimes, we like steak and eggs, or steak, eggs, and rice, and like we like to combine all these different kinds of things, and it's like the more different foods you put together, the harder it is going to be for your body to absorb these nutrients. Because let's say you're having steak, you're having rice, you're having vegetables, you're having cheese, like the different combinations are going to make it super super hard for you to digest all these things, because grains, rice, they're hard for you to digest, steak is hard for you to digest, and at the same time that combination makes it even harder on your stomach. And the more blood that's going to your stomach, the less energy you're going to have for your body to break down these compounds in your bloodstream, and the less ability your organs are going to have to expel the toxins in your body. So you can mix, let's say, steak and vegetables. You can mix steak and fruit. You can mix rice and vegetables, but you can't mix all three of those together. You need to be very careful with the way you eat. You want as much energy as possible. You want to keep your meals as simple as possible, as few different types of food as possible. Like, you can always mix vegetables with anything. You could always, mix fruits with anything, but you can't mix two complex things. And it seems like really strict. It seems really weird, but dude, I'm telling you, I used to get the worst brain fog. I used to struggle after every single meal, and I'd break my fast, and I literally would have to lay down for 3 hours, and I no longer have to deal with this issue. So it is so tremendous, and that's really all I wanted to bring to you today. But I'm definitely going to experience more things. I'm definitely going to try more things, and as I get it more locked down, I'll be able to write out basically a more concise plan and a more concise thing. But for now, this is what I'm going to bring you. I just want you to start thinking about the things that I'm talking about, and thinking about, what, maybe maybe it's a time that I start making some changes in my life. Maybe it's time for me to start understanding that I'm actively poisoning myself every single day with low-grade toxins, and the less I do this, the more healthy I'm going to be. The less I do this, the better my hair is going to be, the better my looks are going to be, the better my physique is going to be. And am I really willing to risk like a little bit of pleasure in my taste buds for whatever amount of health issues you're going to have later down the line because of what you're putting into your mouth? And it's a real conversation that I think a lot of us have to start saying with ourselves, and I think it's something that it's going to become more and more important as the foods get more and more processed, and there's more and more hormones in the stuff, and there's a lot to be bleak about, but at the same time it's really easy to follow some of the principles that I set out today. So it's going to vastly improve your life. You're going to feel so much better. So thank you so much for making this far. I will catch you in the next one. Peace out, guys.